Good boost control is all about making sure you've got enough boost as a team to carry out your roles individually as well as they can be in each situation. Hey guys, it's Psycho from GamersRdy, and today I'll be showing you guys how to master your boost control at the highest level of play in competitive 3v3 Rocket League. For some quick background as to who I am, I'm an experienced competitive player and professional coach for GamersRdy, but some of you might know me best from a certain shot in 2019. Today, I'll be helping you guys correct some common mistakes and showing you how to take your boost control to the next level. Although I'm focusing on one specific game mode today, these principles can be applied to all the game modes, and hopefully this video can give you some insight into how the pros are one step ahead of the competition. But before we get any further, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to GamersRdy who helped publish this video. If ever you wanted some one-to-one coaching from professionals, written guides or even courses to enroll in, it's the place to go for improving at Rocket League. But without further ado, let's get started with the theory. So the most simple challenge to start with is to ask yourself, where are all the boost pads in the game? It's incredibly important to memorize all the patterns of boost pads you can, and we'll be showing you the key ones on screen now. The first in red is the straight line from end to end. The second is the orange circular line from end to end. And the last is the yellow goal line pads surrounding each net. These lines will be extremely useful, as you'll soon discover when we dive through some advanced rotations, which should help you to position in support of your teammates with boost. To help explain concepts of boost control, I'll be breaking down the role of the boost pads in offensive, defensive, and supportive rotations, starting with the most important of them all. Defensive rotations in 3v3 require you as a team to remove the pressure thrown at you by having a constant flow of support. When the pressure is high, it's often difficult to escape defense and know which boost pads to go for without abandoning your defensive support. Usually, the first man in a defensive rotation aggresses to force the opponents to do something, and normally in these situations, there's two players behind you, one following your challenge directly and the other covering the back post or infield. This means you've got at least two challenges behind you before you'll need to get involved, meaning extra time to go for boost. Here's where the line of boost pads will play a massive part. Let's pretend, for example, the first man challenge near your back corner. After the commit, you can choose to take the middle boost if there's enough support behind you, or as I'd recommend for solo queue, a line of boost pads to the back post area behind your third man. This will allow you to cover the infield on the way back to defense to prevent a pass, and most importantly, gets you back in time to support the worst case scenario. If perfected, this route will net you a much needed 60 boost, which is more than you'll ever need to help stop the future attack. Now let's pretend you're making a save from the goal line or backboard area with low boost and no support behind you. After making that save, you'll need to rely on goal line pads before positioning for another threat, not the big boost pads. It's simple ideas like this which are rarely implemented, but you'll need to do if you want to compete at the top level of play. Offensive rotations in 3v3 are all about maintaining pressure long term and making sure you're playing for the best potential opportunities. Even at really high levels, players are still resorting to their own back boost when keeping up an attack, and needless to say, it's usually not the best strategy. The time you're spending grabbing your own back boost is time you're wasting positioning for a pass or contesting a hit. If there's no support behind you after you've made an offensive challenge, always take the fastest routes back, whether it be through the circular or straight line of pads, or a combination of the two to turn back upfield. That way, you can mitigate the chances of a counter-attack by being in a strong position to block passes and shots in future. Never retreat all the way back for back boost when you're holding pressure unless it's absolutely necessary. Being in the right position at the right time will always take priority over your boost amount when it comes to generating opportunity. You only need as much boost as you'd need to counter a worst case scenario clearance, and that's rarely ever 100, so as long as you're in the right position, 60 or so boost is usually enough to get the job done. Finally, we move on to boost management for supportive rotations. These are the boost pads you'll take when supporting your first man as a passing opportunity. For when your first man has possession down the sideline, you'll want to be positioned infield and behind the play so that you can follow up on their pass or challenge whilst having a good view of the opposition. Fortunately, the circular line of pads is in a perfect position to allow you to do this, even if you're coming from defense with no boost. If, however, your teammate is up the wall with a chance to just boom it towards the middle, the straight line of pads is often a good bet to follow. Just like you do with possession, you can also use the circular line of pads to help you shadow an opponent when coming back to defense. Along with most of Rocket League theory, the best way to improve your boost control is through practice in a competitive environment. For every time you miss an opportunity because of your greed for a back boost, or throw away a free goal from missing too many pads on rotation back, there's another opportunity to learn. Saving your replays and marking the timestamps of mistakes or inefficiencies with your boost is one of the most useful ways to help improve your game sense. Ballchasing.com is also a fantastic platform where you can upload these replays you've saved to see much more in-depth statistics to track your progress. This includes heat maps of boost pickups and how much you've used compared to the rest of the lobby, which can help you identify any bad obvious habits. If you're really struggling with memorizing pad locations, try to draw a mental map of where they are from time to time and practice driving through lines of boost with your ball cam off. You'll be surprised how quickly you pick it up. Another way to get familiar with boost paths, especially with the small boosts, is to jump into unranked and try to play without picking up the 100 boosts at all. Try to maintain pressure and stay involved in the play without getting the 100 boosts, and you'll see pretty quickly that it's entirely possible to maintain pressure without going all the way back over and over again for 100 boost. If this video has helped you in some way, be sure to leave some comments below and I'll be happy to answer any questions you've got. Don't be disheartened if you don't improve right away. Rocket League is all about recognizing and learning from new situations. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.